Hello, welcome back to Real Talk. And I'm Norma Fran. If you are just finding me now, I am a life coach and integrative nutrition coach. And I work with women who are just done with dieting in the traditional sense, but yet they still want to lose weight. And we work through my program called Weight Loss Your Way, where I teach a holistic approach to weight loss, one that considers your whole life, not just the food you put on your plate or the hours you clock in the gym. We dig deep and we figure out the process that works for you and then work on all of those supporting things that we need to do in terms of our inner work to really experience lasting, sustainable weight loss. So I'm here most every Wednesday at noontime and I cover just a topic, a really common topic or concern that people have or roadblock that people run into, and we just talk it through. So I sometimes find that's the most helpful when you're struggling to come here and just know that other people are having the same challenges and we can support each other. So that's what we do here. So if you have been with me for the month of March, you know that we've been talking about really some foundational elements of starting the weight loss your way process. And those were things like writing a daily food plan, drinking water, getting sleep, and what to do when some of that stuff just isn't going so well. And I've also been telling you that I have a brand new getting started guide all set and ready to go. And I would love for you to grab that. In fact, I'm going to put the link right here in the comments so you can grab that at any time. And that's really takes everything I've talked about this month and puts it into a really nice, easy to read guide with some templates. I've got some additional videos in there to go a little deeper on each subject. And the best part is that you will have 14 days of support and coaching via the Voxer app from the time you download it. I'm not going to just drop a guide on you and let you just go figure it out by yourself. I want to make myself available for any questions you have, any problems that come up. And you can do that simply by just downloading the Voxer app and either texting me or sending me a voice message, and I will get back to you right away. All right. So let's see. What can we say about housekeeping then to get before we get started? So everything appears to be correct. I'm live both in um I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. I'm just checking my cameras here for a second. Everything looks good. Um I'm live in both my Facebook page at Norma Fran Coaching and over on my YouTube channel now. So if you are with me live and you have a question, just drop it in the comments. I'll try to keep my eye on it, which is why I keep looking over here. And if you're watching it on replay, same thing. Leave a message in the comments, or you can privately DM me, whichever you prefer, and I will respond. All right. So here's what I want to talk about today in this Real Talk session. Hey, Karen, I just saw you pop in. Nice to see you. Okay. So we're just getting started. So the thing I wanted to talk about today was this idea of pushing that dang wagon off the cliff. And you know the wagon I'm talking about. This is the one that you find yourself clawing your way back up onto every Monday morning or maybe the first of the month. It's the diet wagon you fell off of over the weekend or on Wednesday when life just got in the way, or on Friday when everybody at work decided it was time to go out for lunch and you just said to heck with your plan. And then when that happens, any of those little things happen, you kind of throw up your hands, you say the heck with it, I blew it again, might as well just forget it and start again on Monday. Who's done that? For sure I have. So why is it that this one slip, one mistake, one unplanned decision has the power to completely wipe out all of your work in progress? It's because we've been conditioned to believe that when it comes to weight loss, we're either doing it right or we're doing it wrong. And the moment we do it wrong, we have a misstep, we somehow get bounced off that wagon, we tumble down the ravine, and we have to start all over again from ground zero. Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds when I put it that way? One basket of chips at the Mexican restaurant, one bowl of ice cream in front of the TV does not have the power to wipe out all the work that you've done, all the plans that you've made, all the water that you've drank, all the intentional choices that you made. It just can't make all of that stuff disappear and set you all the way back to zero. It's not a monumental failure. And I think that's what so many of us do when we have these missteps. We make it just a dumpster fire and have to throw everything out and start over. And I did the same thing. I did the same thing for a long time. I just made it mean and I messed it up again. And now I just have to start over like there was no other option. But what if this wasn't true and there actually was another option? Did you ever consider that the other option is simply to make your next best decision? Because there is another one coming right around the corner. It's not waiting for Monday or the first of the month. So instead of throwing your hands up after that basket of chips and salsa and just declaring that you might as well just keep on going and start over again on Monday, maybe you could say something like, well, that didn't go as planned, but my next best decision is going to be to have a glass of water and make sure I follow through with my next meal. See what I mean? No fuss, no muss, no drama. Just you acknowledge what happened and you move on to your next best decision. It's not a monumental failure. It's just a misstep. And that's what not quitting on yourself looks like. That's how you compassionately have your own back. And that's exactly how you push that ridiculous wagon straight off the cliff, because when you're making your next best decision, there's no need to ever climb off the wagon. You never fell off to begin with. You don't have to start over again because you've never quit. You just hit the bump in the road, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you carry on. That's real life. It's completely unrealistic to expect that you are going to do this perfectly every single day. It'll never happen. It's not how life works. Now, I'm kind of a visual person, so let me give you another way to look at this to maybe kind of help explain this idea of the next best decision. So, do you know how, like, you're driving down a highway or a freeway system and you come across some road construction and they have one side of the one lane of the road is resurfaced and about 4 inches higher than the other lane. And whenever you have to change lanes and move up or down from that resurfaced road, it feels like wildly out of control for a split second. And then all of a sudden you feel your whole car just shift and the tires underneath you just kind of grab and you go forward and everything's fine. That's how you can think about these little bumps in the road that you run into. You know what to do. You know how to self-correct. So that quick little jerk and go forward motion is you making the next best decision and getting back on the straight and narrow. Same thing for any of my ATV nuts like me. Same thing happens when you're driving in those ruts and you get pulled out and then pulled back in. It's just that whole motion of a little misstep and then you're right back on track again. So you never quit. You never fall off the wagon. You're just right back on path again. Because I think we put way, way too much energy and too much and give too much power to these missteps. Because you've heard that expression, what you focus on, you create. When you focus on that one misstep, that one mistake, the one thing that didn't go quite right, and put all your energy into it, of course it feels monumental. It feels like a really big deal. But if you can drain some of that energy out and put it on the next best decision, you're going to keep moving forward every time. Starting over and getting back on the wagon and all that stuff just kind of goes away. And that's just old diet brain thinking. And that's the thing that keeps you in this start, fail, quit every single time, over and over again. This way of thinking never allows you to kind of collect that momentum, like the road surfacing example, that you need to pull yourself out and go forward, just like the rut in the road. So instead of thinking of it maybe in terms of of start, stumble, quit. It's start, stumble, keep going. Just reframe it just a little bit, because you know what? Who hasn't tripped over your own feet and then just stumbled and fell down? What typically happens is, first we look to see who was watching, but we make a quick recovery, we jump on our feet and we get going again. We don't just sit down and just say, well, guess I'm never going to try to walk again. It's just a misstep. It's all it is. So drain some of that energy out of it, get back on your feet, dust yourself off, and move on. So that is what I have for you in today's Real Talk session. Hope it landed on you. And I don't want to forget to remind you to go grab that Getting Started guide. The link is in the comments. And I would love to see you on Voxer for the free bonus coaching that you get when you download the guide. All right, that's what I have, and I will see you next Wednesday on Real Talk. Thanks. Bye-bye.